What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Conscious Ninja, fusing consciousness and ninjutsu together to find a pathway. Everybody's looking for their piece of salvation nowadays. So am I. Topic for today is deception. What you're willing to do to get out of gang stalking. Typically, deception is frowned upon, but it's a tried, true, old tactic that's been used in warfare for such a long time that it's been renowned. You should consider using it at some point in time against your enemies only, never against your friends. Make sure you know who you're targeting, yourself, for this type of attack. Considering you're a target individual, correction, you're that particular thing, you must be willing to gain information from your opposition. Who are you? What are you doing? How do you know me? What is the point of this? You must ask questions like that. There are multiple ways of getting to your information. Make your enemy think that you have more information than you do. You should make your enemy think that you have more allies than you have. Make them think that you have weapons if you don't. Make sure you have some sort of self-defense mechanism that can defend you, say if you need to go fight or flight. These things must be neededly taken into consideration for the best interest of you. Through my experience as a targeted individual the past 4 years, going on 5 years now, I've realized, wow, they really try to influence your family. They try to make them turn against you. They try to they paint you out as a crazy person or a mentally ill person of some sort. They try to drug you up and dope you up to the point where you're numb and you can't do anything. It's taking the life out of life. Now that's a bad thing. Friends have moved on. Can't even get in touch with my old boys until maybe later on. Hopefully. But it's a problem. In terms of how you want to gain information from your enemy and find what I told you earlier, as in the who, what, where, when, and why. Who, what, where, and basically the why. The when does not necessarily need to be considered unless you're looking to when this started and when did you first get the idea to make this person a targeted individual. Now that's considerable. Sometimes you want to stupefy your enemies. How do you do that? Well, it's easy. You just call them retarded, idiots, morons, jackasses, fools. Things like that repeatedly over and over again. If you need to get them to be dumbed down. Why would you dumb someone down? Because they're more docile. They're less likely to attack. They're also more manipulatable. That's another thing that will be considered in this video. Manipulation and how to use it and when to use it. When you see someone coming towards you in a way that is aggressive and they're about to attack you, what do you do normally? You kick in the stance? Well, I do. I kick in the stance and I'm ready to fight. But what you can also do is talk the person down. You don't need to do this. What's the point of this? You're not getting anything from this. What do you mean that you're going to fight someone like me? For what reason? You're not getting shit from this. You're just going to be another motherfucker that just tried something on a person and failed. But seriously, if you consider that, it's a good idea. Where to go? Where are they located? Anybody being targeted as an individual, one must already assume that the people doing this have to have money. And a significant amount of money, too. There's no way this is poor people doing this to you. Think about it. Does that make sense? I mean, honestly, from what I can tell, these motherfuckers that that are targeting me are definitely motherfuckers who have satellites and shit and technology that can alter the air around you. It's not super highly advanced, but it's advanced enough to get inside your house, or you can be 3 floors under, and they can still attack you, and you can still hear signs of their potential illusion. What should you do? What is the best option? Well, I would say arm yourself. Self-defense is important, and your life is very important. Make no mistake about that. Whether it be a knife, just a switchblade, 4 inches in length from the handle, I would definitely get that. I can't lie, I'm a ninja, so swords, my nigga, yes, definitely. Okay? But get yourself a piece. If you got an ability to an opportunity to get a license, get yourself a piece. You're gonna need to bear arms, Second Amendment style, against these people, because that's more intimidating than, say, someone with a white flag up saying they surrender. From what I can tell, even if you did surrender, would they care? They'd probably continue. They'd probably get some sick, twisted fucking sort of happiness off of this shit, or whatever it is. It's clearly of the carnal nature, lower than the body should be. Deception. What are the keys to deception? Make your enemy think one thing while you know the other thing. Make your enemy see one thing while you see another thing. Make your enemy believe one thing while you know the truth to be something else. These things you must take into consideration. A handbook on assassinations. Now, I've read into that and how they've targeted people from before. The History of Assassination. That's an audio book on YouTube as well. Check it out. And also check out Deception with the Army Manual and CIA manuals that are on YouTube as well, audiobooks. One must be able to observe everything that is going around them in the clearest possible way with clarity. You must be capable of absorbing the information in and disseminating it out. For me, this is what I do. Basically, there's an illusion being played right now with me, and the target is me, and they try to slander me. They say piece of shit and all this. They say you're an ass. They'll try to say you're an asshole. They'll try to hurt your feelings, try to make you cry. You know, things like that. Horrible stuff to be saying to people. And they're basically pussy too. That's what's also funny. I noticed that. You might be able to see that they may have that money, but when it comes to being man or woman or proud to be strong, they're not strong. They're weak. They hide behind technology, base their technology attack on their fearful, cowering mindsets. What you might want to do is see if you get these people fired. Someone must be paying them. Surely they're not doing this on their own. If you can get them fired, then how would you do that? Bring up points to their supervisors or bosses if you ever get the chance to meet them, and make them look like complete assholes, or make them look like complete idiots. Incompetent, incapable, foolish. These things you must take into consideration. The art of manipulation. How to get people to do things you want them to do without them wanting to do it. You must be capable of telling people in an assertive manner how to do certain things and how you want it done, and to get it done for you. The art of manipulation. Psychologically, you must have the fortitude for this. Now, some people may deal with different ways of going about this, but this is not surprising to me either. that you won't always get everyone to do what you want. I mean, hey, you can only get a world like that, huh? But if you really think about it, you must be capable of beguiling your enemy, assassinating your enemy's character. Hell, they're doing it to you. You might as well do it to them. You're not sinking lower, you're climbing higher. You must be willing to use tactics that you would never use before, unless the situation was dire. These things you must take into consideration. One must gain and gander from this then. Would this be a U.S. government operation to discredit populations in order to keep the status quo? Would it be such a thing that they can do this, or is this the Illuminati? Honestly, Illuminati, my nigga, yes. That's what's happening. For real. Now, you see that they try to deceive the masses, but you're not deceived. You peered through the window or the veil. And you saw it through and realized what was on the other side. And that's what they don't want you to see. You must be willing to take into consideration that these ideas are something to meditate on. Forethought, understanding, overstanding. These ideas, these thoughts, these words make power into you. Make sure you're able to handle the day-to-day grind. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know that being beat down constantly is not what you want. Be strong. Beat them down. Don't let them be bullies to you. You're a grown adult. And usually the targeted individuals, if you notice, are all adults. Just saying. It's not like a kid's being targeted or anything. Apparently they have a criteria. You've said something online that is radical against the government, you're a target. You've stated online that you do not respect the government's authority. Another thing to consider. What are your options? Always calculate what your options are. What is the best idea? Do I go in at night? Do I go in at day? Do I find the location? Do I observe the location? Do I question the people around me who are targeting me? Is it really them that's targeting me? Make sure that you're not going crazy and it's not hysteria. My attack is real, that's for sure. And the reason I know it's real, it's not just happened to me, it's happened to my father too. So I definitely know that. And he's told me about what has happened to him. So therefore, I know that this is not just an illusion of the consciousness where you think you're being attacked by people when you're not. No, I'm being attacked by someone that can't handle me, and I'll rip them apart, basically. Fucking lion style, motherfucker, what you want? But think about it. What can you do today that you did not do yesterday? Question, what is your capabilities? Know what you're good at. Know what your fire is in. It may take you a while to find out, but search around. You want to find out what you're good at first. So when you get out of this targeted individual situation, you realize you can have a life outside of it. A family. Something that gives you pleasure. Something that gives you happiness. These thoughts, all molded together, create a new person. Or rather, open the eyes to the person that was already there. Few people realize what I mean by that. But then again, those who can will realize so much more. It's things like that that bring solace to what we're dealing with today. Again, people who are targeted individuals, stay strong. It's your boy Conscious Ninja, providing that consciousness and ninjutsu fused together to give you the pathway into the light. Alright, I'm out, YouTube. Stay up. Have a good one. Peace.